right, this is recording 739. I've got a lot of recordings to make this weekend. I've got a lot to catch up. I've got a lot of crime to report. I'm going to try to get through as much as possible that I can this weekend. If not, it'll take me throughout the week next week. This recording, you can find me at ChristinaStation918.com. This recording is a continuation of, I'm sorry, she's controlling my speech. You hear the uptone and inflection, my speech, my brain and body sounds unbelievable. But like I told you 4 years ago, when I first started making these reports, and I made plenty of reports against her, AI was invented in the 1950s. See, she's messing with my speech right now. She's making it go back and forth. It was invented in the 1950s. She stole it. You need to go through my recordings. You can hear everything. And you can go fact check on your own. Or you can believe regular Tom, Dick, and Harry that believes all the Tom, Dick, and Harry lies. And get yourselves nowhere. Except you maybe your family raped and your land lost. Because that's what fucking happens. That's what she's been doing. She uses AI to steal, rape, and kill. She's been doing it since the 70s. This is big. This is bad. It is terrorism. Now, anyway, as I was saying, she controls my brain and she controls my body, my speech. She controls everything. So, and I've had AI in me since I was born. She's been using AI in me my whole life. But unfortunately for everybody listening, you think this is just happening to me. You know it's happening to you too. It's only that I don't live in denial that our brains and bodies are being isolated by a goddamn hippie occult. It is what it is. Have you seen the wild and crazy shit that's out there? Is it so unbelievable? Living in denial over it is going to get you nowhere. Anyway, so this is a continuation of the abduction, okay? I pressed charges against her for kidnapping my first mother-in-law, which I still don't have full reports out, okay? But I pressed charges against her at Tulsa Police Headquarters. Even her arranging the topic of my speech based on what I just got done telling you, because she wants to use MK Ultra to influence you to say Christina's crazy. Then you go the opposite of her trying to use MK Ultra on me, controlling the order and arrangement of my speech, and know that my speech, like I said, is being controlled by a con artist. And therefore, what did she just do? She just told on herself. She did kidnap my mother-in-law. Because she wouldn't have had to need to control my speech in this order like this. In fact, she wouldn't have snuck out the books that had my reports against her for kidnapping my mother-in-law out of the police station. There would have been no need for her to do that either if she did not kidnap my mother-in-law. But now somebody else's mother is kidnapped. And this is like big, huge news. I feel sorry for this family, but it's a celebrity family. But it's angering to me because I've been making reports against Jean for how long now? And now Jean Roberts and her Manson occult kidnapped this woman. And now everybody's paying attention. Why is there not equal attention given? Why is Jean Roberts allowed to commit crime and to act like she is some super freaking sleuthy FBI agent running a fucking blonde Charles Manson James Bond fetish fucking con out to save the children? And really, she's just a dirty ass old pea child molester. So is her Charles Manson occult. And they just found ways to cover each other's ass. They're a bunch of Epsteins. That's all they are, and everybody knows it. But anyway, so, but welcome to the land of insult to injury to you whose family, was kidnapped also. But I mean, this is the same woman that also did the World Trade Center attack. But that's a part of her shtick. You need to know that. Commit crimes so heinous and just let everybody just know what you are, but don't just be out with it. So once people figure it out, they're like, oh my God, this is going to turn into, oh my God. Gene Roberts is a you-know-what, and she did the World Trade Center attack. That's going to piss everybody off. That's Gene Roberts' whole point. She wants a mad planet. So again, like I said, welcome to insult to injury. What she did by kidnapping your mother. And now you know the kind of person she is, but I'm sure you already know that. Insult to injury is the way Gene Roberts planned it. She's a psychopath. She's deranged. So anyway, here's more. Okay, so the ransom note. So I knew instantly when there was a ransom note. I didn't even get to talk about it in the last recording. I talked about it a little bit, but I didn't even go see what was in the ransom note. So I'm like, I know it's going to decode out. So if you take every word, I only took one of the ransom notes, I guess there was multiple ones. It said, did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction. Okay, so if you take every word and you stack it, so like a tower, each word on one line, did, then you, then get, then Bitcoin. Okay, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to study the arrangement of the letters on the left and study the arrangement of the letters on the right. And you can decode out that way. So there's so much in here. It's just syrup. It's sludge and syrup. Now, as explained to me, and while it was being explained to me, Gene Roberts literally was on trying to run a racket and trying to steal it being directed at me, what somebody was explaining to me. There's so much syrup and so much sludge in this that it looks like she tried to make a lot of money off of this kidnapping. And there's so much syrup and sludge in it, which means it could equate to dollar amounts. So everybody gets their hands in the pie, and then that's how many people get paid. So that part was new to me because I just know the syrup is Gene Roberts. I know how to decode the ciphers. I know if it decodes out, I know her patterns. I know her ways. I know what she does. I know how to decode all the ciphers. I've been decoding her crimes for 10 years. And I know Gene's personal style is syrup. So, as is everybody else. So, I mean, I know when Gene has committed the crime. What's new here is that I didn't realize that she is using, those are like little, it's like a bowl of cereal. Like alphabet cereal, and all the letters are floating around in the milk. And she's like, come here, my kittens. I committed a crime. Come get your letter. And they go and get their little letter and they go cash out. That's what the syrup is like. So it's just a hodgepodge mashup. There's so much stuff in it. It's insane. Which really is going to wind up like following every lead, and most of it's going to wind you up nowhere. I mean, but the easy part is, committed the crime. Gene Jernigan Roberts of Milton, Florida. So anyway, so I'm just going to point out some notable stuff here. So there's all kinds of stuff in it. So Bitcoin translates to Bellagio. Now that's based off of oh my God, what is his name? Chihuly. C-H-I, and seeing there'd be another reference, Northern California. C-H-I-H-U-L-Y. Chihuly glass, and also Murano glass. which is Italian glass. So Chihuly glass, I freaking love Chihuly glass. It's my favorite glass. And I love Murano glass. I love both. Those are both my favorite glass designers. Chihuly glass is inside the Bellagio. It's in the ceiling of the Bellagio in Las Vegas. It's also in planetariums. I think that's what you call them. Maybe it's arboretums. I don't know what the word is for. What the word is. The plants. The plant centers where you go and you see all the different plants and stuff, like a plant park. Okay, in Arizona, I think it's called Arboretum. So there's also Chihuly glass in Atlantis. Okay, there's also Chihuly glass at a casino that I went to that was in New York State. So I'm in love with Chihuly glass. It's everywhere. Chihuly glass is also in an exhibit in Oklahoma City, and she moved the Chihuly glass to be on exhibit there in Oklahoma City, and it pissed me off. I saved it because what she's bragging about with the Chihuly glass in Oklahoma City is she's bragging about bioterrorism and diseases of the future, because she plans to emit plagues on the planet, which she's already started doing, and that's going to continue unless she's stopped until everyone is gone. And she's literally bragging about it with Chihuly glass. So anyway, so the Chihuly glass, so I knew, seeing that the Bitcoin, I know that's Bellagio, and then that also links to the helicopter crash in Flagstaff. She crashed the helicopter, which I'll get to, in Flagstaff, killing, I believe, 2 police officers. And then we're waiting on our end for the transaction. So I happen to be working on a transmittal. I'm updating a transmittal system that we use. Now, she hacks our computer systems at work. She claims that she's got permission. Somebody just gave her permission to just hack our computer systems and do whatever she wants. And she has no permission whatsoever. Then I was told in artificial intelligence and mental telepathy that it's actual prisoners that Gene Roberts has somehow gotten a finagled a deal where they get out and they're under her freaking lordship under there, underground, and they do whatever she freaking tells them to do. And so all that would be federal jurisdiction. Again, Gene Roberts has no authority to be doing that. People have demanded that she stop hacking my work computers, but she won't stop hacking them. So she knows everything that goes on in my company. No matter where I'm at, she's definitely hacking. But I mean, she hacks everybody everywhere. But I'm the special interest because I keep making reports against her for committing terrorism and running child trafficking rings and acting like she's Mrs. Patriot when she's Mrs. Benedict. So anyway, and she's acting like she's above the law and she's most precious and she has permission to do anything she wants. The president is just her mere puppet. She even shot him and got away with it. I mean, this is how ridiculous she is. And she literally, so far, has gotten away with it, too. It's insane. So, anyway, okay, so she's also in there. She's saying, she's again blaming the military. You can see there's a word, 4th. She's using a 4th of July. And then she's using an end. And she's using like an end rant. Okay, so she's pretending to be me, or she's pretending to be people that are of my age, or pretending to be Ben. Like, she's talking in the linguistic style that I talk with when I was married to my husband, Ben, which, I mean, everybody my age still talks that way. So she's making a mockery. So she's saying it's the military. So she's trying to pretend that it's me doing it. making this ransom note. And that, like I told you, she commits a crime and she pretends that she's me. And it's Jean Jernigan Roberts and her nasty brother and sister. It's their Manson cult. And then you could see her making that reference there. And then there's probably something about sanctions there. She's probably complaining about sanctions. So anyway, but it's really her. Remember I told you this is hodgepodge. It's her. She just slaps my name on it, but this is all her. So I decoded a long time ago when I lived in Slidell, older ciphers from her predecessors. So, and I don't know if it is something that her predecessor occult came up with, or if it is something that she borrowed or stole from somebody else, such as the Masons. Okay? Or I would say stole. I'm sorry, not borrowed. She stole from the Masons. I don't know the source of it, but everything I decode is Sir Charles Manson crypt ciphers. Everything is stolen. So, but a lot of what I decode is her hodgepodge, her stealing and hodgepodge. And then I also decode actual ciphers, which again, some of that is her occult and some of it she steals. So it's like what goes where. So anyway, this is kind of one of those situations. So F interchanges with T. Okay, so F is a letter exchange for T. Okay, so it goes to hoof and tail. Okay, so it goes to the horse's tail and a horse's hoof. Okay. And there's a lot more that goes here too, but it's probably goes more into the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, because it's probably tooth and nail. Yeah, it is tooth and nail, because when they say tan your hide. So the F and T, so the F and T is in there. So what she's doing by using this little bit here, and these exchange out in all these ciphers, is she's trying, excuse me, I'm sorry, she's trying to blame the American Indian movement. Remember I told you everybody's a canopy for an eye and under. She makes it look like it's everybody else doing it. And then she's like, look, everybody, look over there. And then she points to whoever she's casting blame at. And everybody goes, oh my God, Gene has spoke. Let us bow and drop now. Oh my God, who do you point at, Gene? Oh my God, everything you say is the gospel. Oh my God. Christina who? Christina's telling on you. We don't know what Christina is saying. Christina's nobody. Christina's nothing. Tell us more, Gene. Tell us more lies. This is really Gene's fantasy of how the world operates, and it's not how the world operates at all. So anyway, so for the people that does work on, then they start like traveling off with saying all of Gene Roberts' lies. So she's trying to make it look like it's American Indian movement, and it's not. So also, there's a Shelley that has to do with this. This is either in the helicopter accident in Flagstaff. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to point out. The F&T, Flagstaff and Tucson F&T. And you'll notice it's just like how I told you. Flagstaff and Tucson. Okay, so... And then... Oh my gosh. Okay, so... So this could have to go with the helicopter accident, or it could go with the two crimes are linked. Gene committed both crimes. So anyway, so Shelley has to do with either the kidnapping crime or the police helicopter crash crime. Okay, so Jacobian. So what she's saying, Gene Roberts is saying here is, or what she's encoding here is Jacobians. Okay. Jacobians are like a famous family. Okay. They're famous like the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs. Okay. Jacobians are like famous bloodline. Okay. What I really thought was cool, and I haven't even got to read a lot yet, is there is a special bloodline of Black Jacobians, which I think is like, oh my God, that's so freaking cool. So anyway, I haven't got to read about it yet, but she knows in my brain. I think that's freaking fascinating. And I have a friend whose main last name is Jacobs, and I'm like, she is, and her first name is Shelley. And I'm like, she's stalking Shelley too. She's stalking her. And Shelley is like, she is a good person. Like a really, 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 really good person. And she does a lot for the community. I mean, she's a really, really good person. So anyway, so Jean likes to throw in and make it personal people that I know because she likes to commit crime pretending to be me. Or she likes to commit crime pretending all kinds of things. She likes to pretend that it's the cartel stalking me, and she likes to pretend she's being stalked. You know, she's got her little fetishes. No, it's Jean doing it, committing the crimes. So anyway, that's why this is in there. So anyway, inside the Jacobian, you can see where Gene Roberts is also making a reference to Kobe Bryant. CL code Kobe Bryant. She's also making a reference to Kurt Cobain. CL code Kurt Cobain. And then you see Apache Junction again. And then you see Jackalope. And then you see Mesa High. Mesa High School's mascot was a jackrabbit. And then they said something about in the helicopter crash or in the kidnapping, there were people hopping on roofs. And so I was like, well, that goes to this. So she's also probably making a cat on a hot tin roof reference. She's also making a Mary Poppins reference. She calls herself, one of her aliases is Mary Poppins. She's making a Dick Van Dyke restaurant, the Chim Chimmery and Chim Chimmaroo. And then Chim Chimmaroo and then Roo, and then she's making Winnie the Pooh, White Power. And then also Lindenwood, which is a street that Russell and Shelley used to live on. I decoded the whole address because Gene was stalking them also. So, but I think he helps Gene. He better not be, but if he does, I'm not his mother. I make reports against Gene Roberts. I can't control what anybody else does. So anyway, no, no. You commit crimes. You lie about me and try to silence me because you know I have all the evidence in the world against you. You pre-planned to tell lies about me, Gene Roberts, as some sort of fake little rule as to why I can't make reports against you. Bullshit. You're going to go to jail, Gene. You're not getting away with this little fucking con. So anyway, okay, so Lindenwood. So notice there's a den in Lindenwood. Okay, I'm pointing. You could decode the whole address, 417 Lindenwood, all you want. I already decoded the whole thing. I'm pointing out the den would be the same as cave. So that would go to the previous. And then also Sandalwood, which is also Wormwood, which is also Bible references. And also I decoded in the kidnapping also Christopher Creek and then CBGBs. And then also there's a reference to Bixby. Now notice there's a Bixby in Oklahoma, where I think with some of her little hideout fake ass fucking cops are. And I think they're like the prima donnas, like I don't know what they are. I don't know. I don't insult escorts. But if you're an escort and you're helping Gene Roberts get away with terrorism and trafficking, to hell with you. People don't need to die just so you can cover Gene Roberts' ass. Gene Roberts is a terrorist. So anyway, I don't know who it is, but they've got some kind of hideout there. I don't know who it is, but it's some like precious freaking, don't even get me going. Don't even get me freaking going. So anyway, and there's also a Bisbee, Arizona. Okay, which is like, I think it's a gold mining town, old gold mining town. So that's no coincidence, Bixby and Bisbee. Okay, so there's another reference to another place in Arizona. So there's a lot of like references to Abalos, which is what she did to me when I was little. I grew up and I decode and I see all these threats about her threatening to kidnap me and put me underground, okay? And I decode out all these abajos, and this is what I've spent the past 10 years doing. I mean, she threatened to put me in Ironside. She threatened to put me in Auckland. She threatened to stick me freaking everywhere, okay? I decoded the crap out of it. It's everywhere. Okay, so this is all written in the same style. She keeps like dropping in different names of different abajos or leaks to different locations or whatever. So, but like I told you, it's a hodgepodge. So, anyway, I think that's all for this recording. That has to do with the kidnapping and the helicopter crash. And so that's it for this one. I've got a lot more recordings to make.